Welcome to
As If, Reclaiming the Chick Flick.
What? Like it's hard?
And we are so excited today because we have our very first guest on the podcast. Drumroll, please. Eva Scarlett, who is full of secrets.
Oh my God, so many secrets. That's why my hair is so big.
Oh my God, that's that. I've heard that about you. How's it going? So excited to have you.
It's going good. Thank you guys for having me.
Very excited.
It's a very warm day today, and I do not have AC, so this is going to be sweaty.
It's going to get like
you can't see me.
It's going to get like 40 degrees in Vancouver, right?
Yeah, it's at the like 37 or something like that. Yeah, heat wave. Ooh.
It's very humid here, and I've been trying to explain it to Emma Jo, but she hasn't been to this place, so she doesn't understand. But like the way the temperature here feels right now is like the sloth part of the Vancouver aquarium. Like,
yes.
Like,
you walk in and the air is thicker. It's just like, and you just all of a sudden can't breathe.
yes, you open that door and you're like, whoa.
You get like a
like Celebrities
waft
Nightclub, like
Yes.
Celebrities Nightclub on Pride when the ceiling's dripping, like
like the basement of celebrities during Pride.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's not
the
really,
catacombs.
not really what you want it to be.
That is the catacombs of Davy.
Oh my God.
Ew.
Should we maybe give a little intro
Yeah.
for our lovely guest who has not been introduced yet?
Oh yeah, I was just like, yeah, Eva Scarlett, drag extraordinaire, fashion extraordinaire, lover of all things Bratz dolls, and just bought a dress today, and is gonna stone it probably, and some stuff from AliExpress that didn't really work out. We're so sad. We're so excited to have her.
Yay! Thank you so much.
But do you want to share your like socials so that our lovely followers, guests, listeners can follow you?
Yes, for sure. So everyone can follow me at that Eva Scarlett with 2 T's.
Mhm.
And it's EVA, not AVA.
Oh, yeah.
Eva.
Not
It's
Ava.
Eva.
People do say
Get
that.
it right.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And I'm like, come
Like,
on,
it's
get
not
it together,
common.
people.
People haven't heard the name Eva before. Like, have you seen Wally? Have you seen
Wait.
Wally?
I'm like, it's probably in the Bible. Like, come on. Someone had to know
Eva
about
Scarlett
it.
of the Bible.
Yeah, right?
Adam and Eva.
Don't say that. That's bad. That's bad.
My favorite verse is Scarlet 1812.
Will you recite it for us?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's oh, that was the time you ran across the street and your boob fell out. I live by that.
Aw, and she really does.
Bye. I'm so inspired.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we are starting to have guests on the podcast. This is our kind of introduction to that. We wanted to have some cool people who were maybe artists, and see what kind of movies inspired them and connected to them when they were growing up. So that's what we're doing today.
And what is that movie?
Would you like to say it, Eva?
Confessions of a Shopaholic. Wow. It's so good.
I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay, so
I think we will continue our streak of our little get to know you segment at the beginning of every episode.
right.
And today Eva will join us for that. I think today's topic question is celebrity crushes.
Ooh, who's got him?
Ooh.
I could.
Are you
I know.
talking right now or when we were kids?
Oh, that's a good question. What about
Both.
if you can remember your first one?
I definitely
Okay.
know my first one.
I'll go ahead
You go.
because I want to. I think my first one was, we discussed last time Channing Tatum, but I think even before that, maybe Zac Efron, I think was probably the right one.
Oh.
And then currently, no surprise to anybody who knows me, Harry Edward Styles.
Harry Edward.
That's his full name.
Hands up.
That's all from me.
I
That's
think
all she wrote.
my first one that I can remember was Chad Michael Murray, I think. And I cut out a photo of him from a magazine and I put it in my when I was like sleeping over at friends' houses, I would bring a suitcase because I was like, I have to be prepared for anything. I need to bring outfit changes. And I
That is such
also
a
brought-
classic Sagittarius. Like, get a suitcase.
I brought a suitcase to my friend's house with a photo of Chad Michael Murray in it.
Wow, iconic.
And she was
No
like,
crush left
she was
behind.
like, do you like him? And I was like, no, I don't know how that got in there.
The best kid lie.
She's a liar too.
Get there.
I don't really know about a current one. It just got
Oh,
The dishwasher.
but we'll circle back. Who's next?
All right.
Eva, would you like to go next?
so when I was younger, I think the first one that I could remember would be Draco Malfoy
Oh my god.
from Harry Potter.
Oh.
I just like loved the blonde hair, you know, and he was mean, and I'm just like, slap me around. Oh, that's trauma. But anyways, and then currently, I have no idea. Honestly, probably like Doja Cat because she's just like a boss bitch. Yeah,
She really is.
yeah,
Happy Planet her release day, everyone.
yeah. Right, but I can't listen to it. It's not working for me.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Does it say it's not available in Canada?
Only some of the songs are,
Oh. What the
not
heck?
all of them, and I was confused.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
I don't know.
Doja hates Canada.
Sad day for me.
Canceled again.
Emma Jo, who was your first and current, if you have a current?
My first celebrity crush was Jesse McCartney.
Oh wow.
In grade 1, there was a boy that looked like Jesse McCartney, and he asked me to play Grounders with him once. So
Classic
that was pretty
flirty
funny.
game.
Grounders.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grounders. Currently, I don't know. Like a lot. I have crushes on a lot of celebrities.
Choose one.
Top 10.
I think Chris Evans and Jake Gyllenhaal will always be my faves. But Jake Gyllenhaal, like I don't want to really admit that because I really love the
Swifties.
song all too well. And, I can't do that to my girl. So I guess it'll have to be Chris Evans, which is really fine.
Billy, did you think of a current one?
No.
Come on.
No.
You don't need
Not even
nobody.
one man? Okay.
Ooh,
No, I don't really know. I don't really have celebrity crushes very often. So I'm gonna think about it for a while, and if I remember by the end of the episode, I'll let you know.
Okay.
We'll check
Okay.
it.
What about
Sit on that.
RuPaul.
potentially like
What did you say?
She just loves RuPaul.
I didn't want to admit it, but that lanky bod.
You into the fracking or what?
I really am.
Aren't we all? What a turn on.
Money talks.
Absolutely.
I can't really disclose if me and RuPaul have or have not happened.
there may be an NDA involved.
There may be. I won't discuss it any further.
We can also say maybe Chase Crawford because he's in town.
Oh,
Chase Crawford
And
at
I
the
think
moment.
maybe we need to manifest that.
He's in town. He's here. He's filming The Boys.
The boys.
I'd like to find him.
I would like for you to find him.
Maybe
And for
he
you-
needs shelter from the rain right now.
Should I walk around with an umbrella?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think he's just like wandering around, just looking for a place to stay? I don't think they put him up in a hotel or something.
He's just looking for shelter.
He got kicked out.
Oh no.
Oh, another problematic one.
No. Poor Chase.
Anyway,
I think we should we talk about this film?
let's
Oh
get
my God,
into it.
yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to hear about everybody that worked on it, our favorite segment?
I would. Who worked on this film? Take it away.
God. So this amazing, beautiful, perfect 2009 film was directed by PJ Hogan, who directed one of my favorite movies, Muriel's Wedding, starring Toni Collette. A really good movie. We should add it to our list. And my best friend's
Muriel's Wedding?
Muriel's Wedding.
It's like Australian, right?
It's an Australian
What is
film.
that?
It's really funny. It's like this weird, like kind of cult classic comedy about
Okay.
a woman who wants to get married.
Iggy Azalea
Her
tried to
name
get it remade.
Wow.
Really?
And they said no.
Yeah, I don't think it has value, but it's great.
Wow. Okay, go on.
It's
Down under.
Down under. It's based off of the book series by Sophie Kinsella, and the screenplay is by Tracy Jackson, Tim Firth, who wrote the Kinky Boots movie, and Kayla Alpert, who worked on Emily in Paris.
Stunning.
And that's not the last we'll hear of Miss Emily in Paris. The costume design is done by Patricia Field, who worked on all of Sex and the City, The Devil Wears Prada, Ugly Betty, and Emily in Paris.
Wow.
Iconic
What a resume.
costume designer. The production design is by Christy Z, who didn't really do much I knew about, but the movie The Intern starring Anne Hathaway. So there we go. And it's starring Isla Fisher, Hugh Dancy, Kristen Ritter, Joan Cusack, John Goodman, John Lithgow, Kristen Scott Thomas from She's the Man, last episode, and Leslie Bibb, and many other people. But there were so many famous people I wanted to mention. Sorry, the dishwasher is making sounds.
Wow. There are so many, what an all-star cast.
Yeah.
I forgot that all those people, like, I just kept watching. I was like, oh my God, there's John Goodman.
Right?
Oh my God, there's John Lithgow. Like, just kept going. And I was like, I've seen this movie before, but I hadn't in a while. So I was just very shocked.
Yeah.
And then there was even like Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
Ed Helms was like in that little like self-help thing.
Wow, what an all-star cast.
You're so right, Cal.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you, Emma Jo. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the applause. Sit down, please.
Yeah, we did take a little break just to turn off a dishwasher, but now we're back.
We're back.
Okay, so I'd like to tell you a little bit about what this film is about. So Confessions of a Shopaholic is a film from, what year is it from?
2009.
2009. That follows Rebecca Bloomwood. She is hold on.
Journalist?
She's a journalist. Yeah. She's a journalist. She's a writer. She has a passion for fashion and not a lot of money to back it up. So we sort of watch her in this movie fall down a deep, dark financial hole of debt. But does she find love along the way? Stay tuned. So we see sort of at the beginning of this film, Rebecca, her magazine that she's working at closes down. And coincidentally, she gets an opportunity to interview for her dream job at a Let magazine, which is sort of a Vogue magazine type situation. Mm-hmm. And on her way there, she is seduced by a green scarf out of her budget. Her credit cards get declined. And she runs into the street asking, for some change from a hot dog stand, and runs into a man who pays for the scarf, as she claims it's for her dying aunt. And then when she arrives to her interview, the role has been filled. So she is going to instead interview at Successful Savings, a money magazine, where she is being interviewed by the same man who paid for the scarf. So from here on end, we see Becky, as she sometimes refers to herself, but not consistently, Bex, yeah. Sort of just deal with being kind of a compulsive liar as a result of being in this debt and being a shopaholic. And then we see her sort of work in this position at this magazine where she advises financial advice to people who are also in debt, unbeknownst to them that she is in maybe the worst debt of all of them. Yeah, and, chaos ensues.
Chaos.
Sure does.
Yeah.
The shenanigans
and the hijinks, they're underway.
What do we all just generally think of this movie? How do we feel? Thoughts?
Eva, would you like to go first since you're our guest?
I think that this movie is so stupid, but in the best way possible. The comedy is just you just want to laugh at her for her being silly. And I don't know, I just love it. I love it. I've watched it so many times. So many times. Illegally, not illegally,
Yep.
Any which way you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It is stupid.
She's stupid.
Yeah.
She's stupid.
She's stupid. She makes a lot of bad decisions.
But she pulls it off so well.
She does.
She
and
like
in style.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she does.
I think that's like very Vancouver, you know? It's like very that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Paycheck to paycheck, but you're doing it in style.
Yeah, I will
You're
say.
hitting up that Aritzia 50% off sale that's going on right now, so you
Oh
can
my
look
That
good.
H&M.
Yes, get that $7.99 dress from H&M.
Returning hats.
The
And stone
Aritzia
it.
warehouse sale.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Actually, that's funny because there's like when she goes to the sample sale, in my mind, I was like, I feel like I've lived this at the Aritzia warehouse sale. Like, I've been here.
Sorting through like tops that aren't that cheap.
No, and aren't that cute?
No. Yeah. I feel like when watching this, we were just cackling for a lot of it because it's like you do just want to laugh at this movie. Like she just like there's just so many like funny parts that are so strange. Yeah, I also love this movie. I think it's just so fun and bright and like I loved it when I was a kid and I loved it now. I just thought it was like so fun.
Yeah. I think I've only seen it like one time before this in theaters. So I don't like have as much like nostalgia around it or anything, but like I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I think like it's a very like formulaic rom-com. It really hits all the marks. We've got a journalist working for a fashion magazine, which is our third movie to do that. So
Well, actually, she never does work at the fashion
actually, she
magazine.
never does, yeah.
That's true.
But she really wants to.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's kind of like in the middle for me. Like it definitely is not like in the echelon of amazing rom-coms for me, or chick flicks rather, but like still made me laugh.
Yeah, I think I agree because I didn't see it a ton growing up. I think I maybe watched it one or two times. My mom used to read the book series. Maybe she still does. I don't know, but she loved the book series. So I remember I think watching the movie probably with her because she had read the books before that. I think it's a very like I love the colors, I love the fashion, I love like it's very fun in that way, but I just kind of hate her. So I just hate Rebecca.
Yeah.
So I like part of me like is like I don't care about you, so I don't care what happens to you. But like the drama and conflama of it all, I live for.
Oh my god, I just love that. Hating the protagonist.
Yeah.
It's it makes it a little more fun actually.
Yeah, I get that. She makes a lot of bad choices.
And she doesn't really have any
Yeah.
redeeming qualities.
She's
very
like
few.
the worst day.
Yeah.
She's definitely like the worst day. Like very like ironic. Everything's ironic about her.
Yeah.
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 I very much get Carrie Bradshaw vibes. You know?
Right,
Like
bad decisions.
bad decisions, spends all her money on clothes that she can't afford, is like not super nice to the people in her life for most of the time, and is a writer.
Yeah, that's true.
It just felt very similar, very familiar.
Yeah, like the wedding was rough for sure, but
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Oh,
Yeah, good
well, I
question.
would love to mention that this movie has a 36%, I believe, right, on Rotten Tomatoes, which we can discuss at the end how we feel about that. But I would also like to mention, but I think that a lot of the reason why it did so poorly when it came out is because it came out during the financial recession
Yeah.
of 2008 and 2009, which made a lot of people very upset because this movie was about somebody who was like very poorly managing their money, and everyone is like, we are losing our homes. Why would you make this movie? So I think maybe if it came out either earlier or later, it would have done way better.
Isn't that wild?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like when this came out, we probably all had like no idea. We like knew what was going on vaguely, but like not the impact of it really. Like if that came out like during, comparably like to when COVID first hit and everyone was getting laid off, if like this movie came out with everyone was like being affected by all this loss, you'd be like, fuck you.
Like, what the
No,
hell?
you can't afford a scarf.
Poor little baby.
Poor bitch.
Oh my god.
15 different credit cards. So I think that explains a little bit of like the critical reception of the movie.
That makes sense.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, a lot of the movies we've done have been rated like much lower than I would have expected.
That's the curse of the chick flick.
Exactly.
So true. That's why we're here reclaiming.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did this movie, if it did, for maybe more so me and Eva, how did it shape us?
I don't know. I think it honestly gave me a little bit of anxiety about going and shopping and getting my cards declined. Definitely.
Me too.
But I think it's probably made me a little bit more cautious in some ways. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really too sure. What about you, Kelly?
I feel like I have a lot of memories of like just sort of loving like the glamour of it all. Like every time I see those shots where they're in the stores, I'm always like, oh my God, like I love it. And I think that made me like I think I probably didn't learn as much from it as I should have. I think
fashion, baby.
Not that I really spend that much money on clothes, but I think like I could very easily if I let myself live a little more like her. And I think it did make me just like romanticize definitely like the glamour of it all and like the fashion and everything. Yeah, I don't know. How about you guys? Because you haven't seen it as much, the two of you.
Yeah. I rewatching it. I watched it yesterday. It made me want to equally not ever spend another dime and also go on a huge shopping spree. And I did that today, sort of, because I went to Aritzia trying to hit up that sale I was just talking about, tried on like a million things. And I was like, if I leave here spending $500, then that's my truth. And then I bought nothing. So I did both.
There you go.
Yeah.
At least you avoid the debt collectors.
Yeah. Oh, scary, man.
Oh, yeah. This made me scared of debt collectors, actually.
Yes, I thought that'd be a big
Yeah, definitely.
Derek Smeath.
Scary man.
He looks
also
like the man from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
He does.
Wild.
Yeah. He really looks like a real version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that this movie necessarily shaped me. It's a fun watch though.
Yeah. I think it's like a very beautiful movie. Like even like the way they design like all the different like fashion spaces, like the stores and the like headquarters for Elette magazine, like it's just so bright. The color grading of the movie is just so saturated. It's just such a treat for the eyeballs. I think it like also as a redhead made me realize I can wear pink because for a while my mom said I wasn't able to. And I now know that's wrong.
She lied to you several times.
I love you, Julie, but you're wrong.
My mom has red hair, and I always used to buy her stuff that was pink, and then she would return it because she said it didn't go with her hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We got to show her this movie.
I was so sad.
Oh my gosh.
She needs to watch this.
She never watched movies with me.
It's time.
She watches this.
We like never watched movies as families.
Yeah.
Like TV shows, she was like down for, but like, like
that movie?
Couldn't just like sit down for like 2 hours.
Really?
She wasn't that patient.
No. I gotta go. I gotta play this.
Yeah.
I kind of relate to that. Do I? I don't know. I just
movies.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I can watch 5 episodes of a show, but a movie feels like
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like TV is a weekday, movies are weekend because it feels like you have time on a weekend, even though it's probably the amount of time I'll spend.
For sure. And movies probably.
I like to watch movies. I like to watch movies while I'm going to sleep because I know that it's going to end and then it's just not going to keep on playing.
Oh, so smart.
So when I fall asleep, so I can fall asleep and then the TV will just shut off.
So, in the way that this like movie would shape us all, like I guess not all of us have a nostalgic value to it, but if you watch this movie for the first time ever today, would you have liked it as much as like otherwise, I suppose?
I think I would. I don't know if I would like absolutely love it with like without the memory of like growing up with that, but I think I would still really like the movie, but I don't think I would like rewatch it a million times.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still like
I did when I was younger. Yeah.
It's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't like it quite as much as I do, but like I think I'd probably be more annoyed by Rebecca. Like now, like I have an element of like, oh, you know, whatever. It was the time and whatever. But yeah, I think now I'd be kind of like, you're making so many bad choices. But like watching it at the time, I was just like, ooh, pretty things and like,
nice closet house.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
I don't know if I can say because I don't really have any nostalgia tied to this movie.
Right.
I think it's a fun movie, and I think I maybe would have had more fun watching it with somebody else. Like I watched it alone. But she really annoys me, and that makes me want to rewatch it less. And I didn't find it was very like feel good, which is fine. Not every movie has to be like that. So it kind of doesn't make me want to like turn it on if I'm feeling like down or in the mood for something comforting. I don't find it super comforting. I think it's very fun, bright colors. I think, like I said, it'd be fun to watch with somebody else and kind of like shit on her and like talk about the fashion and how fun it is. Yeah, but I don't have any nostalgia tied to it, so I can't really say.
Yeah, that's so true. Like compared to like the other movies we've watched so far, like a lot of them, like for example, like 13 going on 30, like the end of the movie, you're like, oh wow. But the end of this one, I guess it's like also like the money. It's just capitalism is weighing on me at the end of this.
Yeah.
I think like I feel pretty feel goody about it. Like if I maybe took out all the Derek Smeath parts because he stresses me the fuck out.
Yes, he's
every
stressful.
When they're in the elevator and I'm like, don't call him. Like, stop it. Hang up the
phone.
The ringtone.
Oh my God. Do not answer.
It's Derek.
It's Derek Smeath.
Oh my God.
What a fool she is.
But also kind of that made me nostalgic for like the time where you could record custom ringtones like that. I don't know if you can anymore. Like my phone, I had like a pink LG chocolate for a while, and you could like record a custom voicemail. So I'd be like, la la la, not a voicemail, sorry, a ringtone. And I would just like sing a little song or be like, Roxy's calling.
Oh my God!
Shut up! The radio's playing my favorite song, and you have to record it.
Like me singing the Speed Escape. But kind of like I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of fun. I think we should bring that back.
I wonder
like. My phone's always on vibrate. Like I never have a ring. Like I never hear it.
True.
So sad.
If you were to have,
let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Oh my God.
If you were to have
Reclaim.
a custom ringtone, what would you make your custom ringtone?
I actually do have a custom ringtone.
Oh, that's true. You do.
Yeah. My ringtone is the beginning of the song 3 a.m. by Haim, and it's like this. It's like a fake phone call.
Yeah, it is.
So I really like it.
Oh wow,
that's good.
So I intentionally put my phone on loud, like anytime I'm not at work or something, because I want people to hear it.
If you had to do like one though, that was like you talking, what would it say for all of us? If you have one.
Do not answer. This is Kel Woods calling. Do not answer. Kelly's always trying to call me.
And I don't want to answer.
I'd probably record a fun little song.
Mine would be also the same. Kel Woods. Mine would be a non-case calling.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Mine would be RuPaul is calling. Do not answer.
I don't know what mine would be. Maybe just like a belch or something.
That's
because that would just like scare people. That would be so funny. Like pranked ya.
Just my custom ringtone.
I don't burp.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great question, Kelly. I like that.
Thank you.
So how did this movie influence fashion, like either in our own lives or the world?
Well, here's what I have to say about fashion with this movie and sort of fashion from this exact sort of time is that there doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's just sort of patterns and
layering.
Yeah,
so much.
like every outfit she put together, I was
layering.
like, I don't understand why you think that goes together. That outfit at the end where she's with Alette and she's like, I'd pair this dress with like this white coat.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And then she screams at the top of her lungs when she sees this bridesmaid's dress, which is like totally on brand for her.
It's true.
Yeah.
She's like horrifying.
Yeah.
This again reminds me of Carrie Bradshaw because so many of Carrie's outfits, you're supposed to be the fashionable one. Like, I mean, they're all fashionable in Sex and the City, but like, she's the one. And then sometimes she just puts shit on. And you're like, what were you on?
But,
like, what? Wait, why? And then it's like
it's
this
very
whole...
like, oh, sorry. It's very like Ashley Tisdale, like very like Hannah Montana even.
Yeah.
That era. It was just like random, but they're supposed to be like fashion icons.
I know it's
Like,
when I think like with Carrie and with Miss Rebecca, it's like, okay, they're like thought of as fashionable because they buy these very expensive brands, these high fashion designer brands, but then the finished product is just always a little
like, how many brands can I put on at once?
It is.
Oh, even those boots she reached for, I was like, what the fuck are those?
I would not fight over
I'd leave them.
I kind of like those boots a little bit. The Poochie ones.
Yeah.
Sample sale.
I kind of liked those.
All right.
The like red ones.
I can just picture her pairing those with something crazy.
Yeah, they had like something on them. They had like there
was like a kind of big flower or something. Maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild fashion, but it's fun because it's like probably something you could only really get away with in a movie, and that's like fun.
Yeah. Did it influence like any of our personal fashion? Like Eva, did this do you find any of like the style you watched or saw in this movie influence like your drag, for example?
I feel like some aspects of it, I did take. Like, I'm a sucker for redheads because, like I said, my mom is a ginger, so I love that. And also boots, like she always wore boots, and I feel like that influenced like the thigh high craze that I have. Definitely. True. Yeah just like little aspects.
Yeah, I see that about the boots for sure. Do you if there was an outfit from this show or this movie that you had to like do a number in, what would it be?
Great question.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. Probably I actually really like the dress where she looked like the waitresses.
Yes.
Where she was wearing the black dress with the white little top, and it looked basically identical. Like, I think that was actually a really cute dress.
I agree.
That was one of her better looks for sure, I think.
Most timeless.
Yeah, that one was really nice.
It was simplistic, right? And
yeah.
I think that brought more attention to it.
It was very like classic.
Before or after the beaded coat was destroyed.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like the coat with it.
Yeah. It's like good riddance to that coat.
Yeah, I was like girls, who did you a favor?
Yeah. I also would like to give a shout out to Miss Alicia because she serves some looks as well in this movie.
She sure does.
Badass bitch with the blunt blonde bang and
long legs,
spider legs or whatever she says, and like she looks great.
Yeah, she does.
I'd wear what she wears, like probably like every outfit of hers I'd wear.
Yeah, hers are my favorite.
She's fabulous. I think that I noticed a moment where this movie was somewhat influenced by Legally Blonde. The outfit that Rebecca wears to her first day at work is very similar to Elle's first day at Harvard, even with the tiny oval glasses.
Oh.
And then I read that apparently Reese Witherspoon was offered this role and declined it because it was too similar to Elle Woods.
It would be too similar.
Would be. That would have been a bad move.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Even the little like pink, like, I mean, it wasn't like, I don't think it was a suit, but like she had like a little, that pink number she wears is like very, very Elle.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of over accessorizes it.
Yeah.
What do we think of the green scarf? I think it is not worth however much it was, $100 and something.
Yeah. 120
thin piece of
or
fabric.
something like that.
What is it even made out of? It must be a
Chiffon.
nice fabric.
Chiffon.
I don't know.
It's nice, but it's not.
I mean, I'd buy it if that mannequin talked to me, but like.
So true. Can't forget that.
I was like tripping in Versace mannequins. It's like,
Whoa!
oh my God.
Green scarf.
I always find it weird. We kind of talked about this with She's the Man. Like, sometimes these movies have weird little moments that I'm like, does that belong? Like the talking mannequins. And like in She's the Man, it was the like dream sequence where she's in that dress. Like these weird little moments that I'm like, I don't know. Like, almost doesn't quite fit with the vibe of the movie, but we just kind of like go with it.
Like, thank goodness they put it in more than once at least.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not like, when is there going to be another one?
I feel like maybe that was a moment that like was in the books where she like, I don't know, I haven't read the books, but like maybe she feels like the mannequins are talking to her and they had to find a way to put it on the screen, but I don't think it translated as well. It just was kind of like wild. Ooh. Freaky.
Yeah,
they were a little freaky
tripping.
looking.
She was tripping.
The whole time I was like, how did they
get it, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to know how
I'm like imagining a green morph suit.
Yeah, it must have been. I kind of like them. I think they're kind of fun. Yeah. I like when they applaud her at the end. I'm like, that's such a good journey for the mannequins as well.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
I like that it's like their job to try and tempt her, and then when she doesn't fall for it, they're like, yes, go bitch. Do we think it like, I don't know if it really influenced fashion?
Yeah, like I think probably part of the movie at the time did not.
It promoted it.
Sure, yeah.
On fashion, but like I don't think the movie was big because of like the recession and everything. Like it wasn't very critically acclaimed. Like I don't think it was as like popular as it could have been. So I don't know whether or not actually like influenced pop culture or anything.
I can't think of because like going into this, I was like, I feel like there'll be some like good outfits to note and stuff, but there weren't really like a lot of like iconic fashion moments that I was like, oh, this is where that came from. I mean, the green scarf is like pretty iconic, I guess, but like people started wearing green scarves.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think.
I would like to say that her alias is the girl with the green scarf or in the green scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old Tumblr username was the girl with the green eyes. So
wow.
Parallels. So maybe I was influenced and I didn't even realize.
Oh my God, you might have been.
I thought you would bring up the girl with the ribbon around her neck.
Ew. Oh my God, that's where the green scarf originated. She was the OG bitch with the green scarf, but it was a ribbon tied around her neck, holding her head on.
What from this movie remains relevant?
I think maybe like the one thing that I think is iconic, but I don't know if anyone else does. Like the quote of when she's like in the beginning and she's looking at the window and she's like, you know, when you see a guy and he walks by with like the toast with the butter and blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like that part is very iconic.
I have a story.
Maybe that's about it.
I have a story about that part. Okay, when we were in school, did people do, people did speeches every year? Maybe it was a BC thing, but you have that you did like a speech. You had to like write a speech in English class, and then
I did it in French class.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Thank you. I took honors French up until the 12th grade, and then it got too hard.
We did something like that, but it was in English. Okay. And basically you just wrote a speech about whatever you wanted, and everyone had to do it in English class, and then they'd pick like the best from the class, and then everyone in the grade who went in their English classes would compete, and then those people would go on to compete again, and then you got to like a top 3 and whatever. But this girl, she gave this whole speech and she won for her class, and I remember like listening to it, and it was like, I don't remember what it was about, but she used that whole part. It was like, when you see something and like it slides down your, like, it's like hot butter sliding down hot toast. And like she did and everyone was like,
plagiarism.
And she got in trouble. She got like fully, she got called out and she got disqualified, I think.
Name her, shame her on the podcast.
I shan't, but Anyway, wild.
No, that I was one of the things, like one of the like best quotes from this movie, I think, like, a man will never love you or treat you as well as a store.
Oh,
and that remains relevant. That remains true.
Literally.
Yeah. That's you going to Aritzia today.
So true. Although nothing that I tried on looked good.
Oh, maybe nothing is good.
Maybe everything is just awful always. Another quote I think that will always be relevant. Can't speak. Relevant is cost and worth are very different things. That is a trend throughout the movie. That is very true, I think.
True.
It's very important. May even be the lesson.
Long pause, no answer.
Yeah. I think there's some really funny lines in this movie.
There are.
I also love at the start when she's like jacket, Visa, hat, MasterCard, bag, Gucci. That rings in my head all the time.
I also wrote down, I don't even remember who said this, but someone says, congratulations on having such a fabulous mother.
Oh, yeah. That's like the girl in like the Prada, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like when he's in the store and he's finally like, yeah, okay, a 3-button tux and all this. And then she's like, you speak Prada?
Yeah.
Love that. It's kind of like, again, harkening back to Legally Blonde, like when what's his face?
Warner.
No,
Emmett.
the guy who realizes don't you stomp your little last season Prada shoes at me.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember his name.
It's like that. It's like when oh my god, designers, like
yeah, true.
So shocking when a man actually knows what he's talking about in terms of fashion.
What?
It's shocking.
Oh,
it sure is.
What did you realize?
Oh my god. Yeah, there's lots of like lines that like I didn't like that I guess like aren't iconic because I didn't remember them, but they made me laugh and I wrote them down now.
Oh, I like when Alicia's like, this is Alette. Is this where you're meant to be? I'm like, what a direct like.
She's on the ground.
That part is crazy. Like what?
Stress. Just plain stress.
Sneaking into this clear wall.
Yeah,
office.
you can't hide anywhere.
She pulled it off for quite a while. Like it worked for a long part of the plan.
Yeah.
I blame this movie for my anxiety. Like 100%. Like this is a stressful movie.
It really is.
Movie. I feel like the acting of like all those people in that office at that time is comparable to like porn acting when they're like,
oh my god,
in front of my salad.
Yeah. Like, I don't see anything.
What about the music, huh?
Oh.
I think that it was really good. Like Lady Gaga.
I have something.
I missed that. When?
There was one Lady Gaga song in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Starstruck.
Oh, that was in there too? Okay, well also though, like so we were watching with the subtitle on and it was like Fashion by Lady Gaga playing, but like Fashion, like the art pop one did not come out obviously until much after this film.
Yeah.
So I Googled it because it was also not the same song at all. So I guess she had a different song that came out in 2007 called Fashion. And it was originally for Sex and the City. But then the producer decided to give the song to Heidi Montag. But no one liked her cover.
Of course not.
And then it made her album delay. And then they the song went back to Gaga and she released it in 2008, and it came out in an Ugly Betty episode. And then it came out in this movie. And then Spencer Pratt, after this version came out, was like, Lady Gaga is repulsive. I'm reading this quote. Heidi's a far more talented artist, and her version of fashion kills Lady Gaga's.
That is
so funny.
So funny. Imagine being like, Heidi's the one. Gaga can choke.
I know. So funny. Heidi Montag.
Are they still together?
Toast.
Yeah. I don't know. I
remember always seeing them in like the tabloids and being like, I don't actually know who these two are outside of the tabloids. Like I only ever saw them in like magazines and stuff. And I was like, I got to know them through that, but I like didn't know anything else about them.
Yeah, I don't know much about them either.
They were just very, like, that era of pop culture tabloidism.
Yeah.
I remember like she got a boob job and she said she wanted size H for Heidi. So she got that.
Icon.
At least she knows the alphabet.
She knows the alphabet.
Aww, good for her.
Well, not necessarily. She just knows
her alphabet.
Yeah.
Music. I don't remember much else with music. Like I don't really remember a lot of the songs.
There was like one song that was just god awful. They played twice.
I think they played more than twice.
Do what you want, keep your body rocking. And I found it
really good.
New, and they played it so many times, and it did not deserve to be played that many times.
I thought it was so fun. It was like whenever they went to like a new location or Rebecca did something, it was like, do what you want, keep your body rocking.
It was so Bratz though. That's what it made me think of. It was like, oh, like yes, we're going to the hot place.
Yeah, that's so true.
We're going to the hot place.
This movie almost feels like when you're saying like they go to a new place and they play that, almost feels like a TV show in that way. Almost fully doesn't feel like a film. It feels like maybe like 2 or 3 episodes of like a show like Sex and the City, just like kind of stitched together. Like I could have seen this book series being turned into a TV series instead of just one movie, and maybe it would have thrived better that way.
I wonder if they'll ever do that in this age of reboots.
Yeah, maybe.
Think of the long-term anxiety.
Let's pitch it.
Think of
the
episodes of Derek.
You have a long-term villain, like, and he keeps popping up, and you have to keep dodging Derek every episode. No. And each episode, she gets another fucking credit card bill and has to figure out how to pay it off. And like it very much felt like their little trip to Miami could have been an episode. And like it, it almost felt like it wasn't quite cohesive as a movie, but I could have seen it as a show.
That is such a good critique of book adaptations in movies.
Yeah. Thank you. Especially because there's so many books in the series that they could have just kept going.
I'm curious, is the movie the first book, or is it just a general this is the story of the books? I don't know if they intended sequels or not.
I don't know.
None of us have read
them.
I don't know.
Let us know if you've read them. Mom?
Can't read.
Just know the alphabet up to H.
We'll read it all too. Books.
And just know H.
Just know H.
I don't know any of the Heidi's except for H.
And E.
And E, yeah.
E, not A.
Not A. I don't know A.
I don't know A. We don't know her. All we know is Eva, not Ava. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So we haven't had any sequels or any other adaptations, really. Just the other the other books in the book series. But yeah, I wonder if they'll ever do anything with that in the future.
I would love that. I don't know if they will. I feel like maybe it's not quite on the radar enough, but
yeah, maybe not anymore. Would be fun though, I think.
I think it could be I think they could make a really good version.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see? A Mindy Project sort of style, vibe of a show. I don't know why. I feel like that would suit it because it's funny and almost satirical in ways. And I just think maybe Mindy should get on this.
It would be a good show. Draw out the romance a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Office romance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we see her eventually. I mean, I actually have no idea what happens in the book, so I'm just planning my own show now. But maybe she goes on to work at a different fashion magazine that she aligns with more, or starts her own. He starts his own company, his own, I don't know, magazine or whatever. Maybe she could do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, could be fun.
That brings us
Maybe
to
get on it.
a big question I have actually, which is, would you turn down the job that she turned down?
That part made me mad. I was like, bitch, you've been working for this the whole movie. You finally got it. And like, I don't know. It was like a very quick decision to be like, actually, no.
Yeah, it's like she really just turned it down because she didn't want to be like, I don't know, it was like, it felt like too convenient for the money storyline. But I was like, I feel like maybe I don't know why she would do that, but I guess it ended up working out. But it's surprising that she turned it down.
Yeah, like the only thing is like, you know, she was like, oh, we're going to print the prices really small. You're going to talk about fashion on a budget, but it's not actually going to be that much of a budget, which like, I mean, I guess she didn't agree with that, but like, is that much of a like thing to have a stance on? I don't know. Like, I feel like she also could have like worked with that, been like, oh, here are like designer items worth spending your money on and what you can pair them with that cost less. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It felt very like quick to, no, I don't want this job anymore.
Maybe it was because of the drama. Maybe because of like getting to know the people that work there.
Yeah.
Maybe she was like, that's not the people I want to be associated with.
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
Right?
To
It
me.
might have been like a mature stance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think.
But like,
she had her little growth moment.
Especially after working a financial magazine.
She's like, I save money now.
I'm an adult now.
I feel like it wouldn't maybe be a great look also to have, like, as everyone knew about this very public scandal really that she had.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then she goes into this like affordable fashion. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, this isn't who I am anymore. I thrift shop with my mom, you know.
Isn't it funny how
For
like
brown things.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Isn't it funny how that's like in now though?
I know.
Right?
That is like the whole thrifting, vintage, reselling on Depop, like all that is like that's what's cool now versus like, I mean, I guess because we're trying to move away from fast fashion and trying to move away from, you know, move towards reusing and all that stuff. But it's interesting how different the opinions would be, because I feel like back, you know, in 2009, I probably would have thought the same thing. Like, ew, thrift store. I remember I hated going to thrift stores as a child, or like garage sales. My dad and my grandparents loved garage sales, and I couldn't stand them because I was like, it's used. I'm not touching people's old shit that they don't want anymore. Like as a 9-year-old, I was like, no, not today. I don't want to go into Valley Village. And now I'm like, oh my God, let's go thrifting. Oh, he really did. Honestly, he brought it back.
I don't even think I was really aware of thrift shops until Macklemore.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I lived in the countryside. There wasn't any near me.
Right, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I went to thrift stores. I went with Carmen a lot when we were in high school. She always liked to go.
Yeah. I think it's just because my dad made me go like every weekend. Like he really liked to go, which honestly is fun in there. I like it now, but as a child, for some reason, I was like, I remember distinctly being like, I can't touch anything in here. It's all like, it's used. Yeah.
And now,
I mean, my parents really liked garage sales as well, and we lived in Hope, BC. So that's basically all that you could do for shopping. So, but then when we moved to like Chilliwack and I actually got to go to like thrift stores, I would always be there.
Yeah.
I love them.
Like digging through.
Because I could find anything there. And it was like, yeah, I could find like sparkly things.
Aww.
You know?
Yeah, really true, really true. It gives like you a lot more like
or going with friends and like trying on the wedding dresses.
Oh,
we would always do
yeah.
That's
too.
so fun.
Yeah.
I never even thought
I did that
to do
too.
that. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, we would do that.
I mean, it would be a little bit weird now with everything in the world, but
you're like,
we're healing.
So
we're healing, manifesting.
You're not allowed to try things on at Valley Village. I went like last week or the week before, and you're not allowed to try anything on. You just got to risk it.
Risk my wedding?
Well, not the wedding.
Big day.
Your big day, and you have to buy a thrifted $20 dress from Valley Village, and you can't even try it on beforehand. Oh no.
Oh, it's definitely $70. It's not going to be.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, volleyball is just expensive too. That's a thing.
So expensive.
Yeah, you really expect it to be like
so bad.
cheap, but you know, like
The
you can do the thing where you like
deep
pull the tag off, and then usually it's cheaper.
But then sometimes that comes back to bite you. That's happened to me where I'm like, this dress was
Yeah,
like $25 and I
I've
like
had that happen.
took it off and they were like, oh, it's like 35. And I was like, fuck that. Absolutely not.
Like,
$35.
oh, I have a tag in my pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Oh, I think it's actually 25.
Yeah, you have to risk it with an
We
egg.
used to swap them.
Yeah.
That's
often.
We
smart.
used to swap them, and then they were like, this tag isn't for this kind of item. And we're like, how do you know? Like spies.
Yeah, I feel like you can risk it with an item you could part with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, oh, it's too much. I just won't get it.
How does this movie hold up in modern day? What's good? What's bad? What do we think?
Well, interestingly, like we talked about, it aged poorly as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's really true.
Wow, yeah, with the financial crisis, I guess. I feel like it almost aged better in that way because
Yeah.
like, it came out later. I think it probably would have received like better feedback. I think it was just
Yeah.
like ill timing, unfortunately.
Yeah, like there would have been a sweet spot for it, like maybe like 2 or 3 years later. I
yeah,
think, because then it's funny because it kind of walks the line of like, it's like a critique of consumerism, but like not 100% successful critique of consumerism. Like it both like glorifies it and tells you how scary it is.
I also think that like one thing that it does talk about is like the letter that she sent to the Successful Savings, where she was talking about how like taking the item and it's an investment. In some ways, I feel like that kind of translates into like the fashion world now with like people buying Yeezys and then reselling them.
That's
I feel
true.
like it's an investment, right?
yeah.
Totally.
I don't know. I feel like that's what a lot of people do with fashion.
And I feel like that's definitely a newer thing. Like I think it's only been in the last decade or so. Like I don't think it happened much before that. So that's true.
Yeah, like buying a nice purse and then keeping it for 10 years and then it's like so much more and then you sell it. Like that's amazing.
I think the resale value of fashion has gone up for sure.
Yeah, I have this like old my grandma who passed away like a long time ago. She had this like Coach purse that was like she kept in very good condition and it was still in the like dust bag. Like she used it, but it was like I have the dust bag still. And like my aunt gave it to me like to have of her like from her. And after she passed, and I'm like, now Coach is making a huge comeback. Not that I'm going to sell it because it has sentimental value, but like, I'm thinking like, I wonder what the value of this purse is now if it's gone up because like Coach was kind of like really popular, then got kind of unpopular again and kind of tacky, and now is coming back as like cool again.
Right.
Like with fashion, it's like the trends just they come and they go, but like they cycle through. So it's like fashion really is an investment because of that.
Yeah. That's funny you say that you got a Coach purse from your grandmother because I thought I did, but I found out 10 years later that it was not a real Coach purse.
Knock off.
And I thought for so long
Oh
that it
my
was real.
gosh.
Not the knockoff Coach.
I was like, thank you so much. And it like was like falling apart.
Oh my God, no wonder.
Oh.
You know, though, like actually my grandma really taught me from an early age, like how much of an investment fashion is and like investing in yourself and how you present yourself, how important that is. Like my grandparents are immigrants from Bosnia and they fled when there was a war. And so they lived through war times where you rationing and you have no money and everything's scary and it's war, and then moved here as immigrants. And like my grandma was a teacher in Bosnia and then got a job working at the McDonald's bakery here. And like, that's what she did until she had to stop because she was sick. And my grandpa, like he owned his own business in Bosnia, came here and was like a used car salesman or something. Like, you know, like they didn't have a lot of money once they were here because they were immigrants. And yet they always made sure that like I looked great. My grandma never left the house in anything other than like nice skirt and a blouse and heels. Like she always wore heels. She always like that was worth spending their money on, like to look presentable and to invest in the way that you present yourself to others. And I feel like I've like, I don't know, like I'm not saying I never leave the house in sweats or something, but like, you know, I feel like that still is true for me. And I still live that way. And I think it's, I don't know. I think, especially when we talk about chick flicks, like, I mean, we talked about it a little bit with Legally Blonde, but like sometimes women especially are judged for like putting so much effort into their appearance, but it really does translate into feeling better about yourself and translates how other people view you, which is valuable, I think. And I think it's worth an investment. I'm not saying you need everything you own needs to be from Prada, but like, you know, investing in things that make you feel good and look good is worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah. I guess that comes back to like that reoccurring kind of theme of this movie of like cost versus worth. And that like a lot, like I was actually reading this one article about, it was like a kind of critique of this movie. And it was saying that like the fact that at the end she still keeps the green scarf like takes away the whole message. And I don't agree with that at all, because like that is something that has worth.
Yeah.
Her, and it's like a symbol of her success in the story and like
her identity
and
growth.
And yeah, like I think it's interesting because it, you know, like I guess like consumerism or whatever, or like capitalism, like it walks a fine line. Like we all have to live in this world where like, you know, we are all complicit in it. We all like, you know, we need clothes, and you might as well like invest in things that mean something to you and make you feel good at the very least. Like, yeah.
Live life to the fullest
and look good doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But also she sells a scarf. Like she does try and get rid of it, and then he buys it back for her. So it's like that also that argument's just stupid, because did they watch the movie?
Yeah, like she didn't even on purpose. He had two bidders. Also, he jacked that price up himself.
He did not.
Yeah, but he did it so that she would make more money.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't even think of that part. Why did he spend so much money?
He was both bidders because he was trying to get her to her like goal.
Big gift.
Wow. What else about this movie? Like, is there stuff that doesn't hold up so well? Like there
wasn't like anything like really like terrible. Like there was a couple of like little comments that I was like, but nothing that made me feel yucky.
There was one joke in the credit scene, like where she's like speaking, or this Finnish, they're speaking Finnish, and they say that she's like a prostitute or something.
Oh yeah.
That was like the only thing, and it was like in the credit scene too. I was just kind of like, nah, it's just like not a nice joke. But like other than that, again, lack of representation, which we talk about every freaking movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Other than that, there wasn't anything that really stood out to me.
Yeah, honestly, another New York movie that was so white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Really didn't feel like it was set in New York.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. In fact, was it?
No, it didn't.
It was.
Yeah.
No, I didn't feel like it. Yeah. I don't think I flagged anything. Did you, Eva?
No, I think that everything, it was pretty like decent all around.
Yeah.
I thought that there was going to be more, honestly, rewatching it. Because I rewatched it like, I think it might be like a month or so ago now. And then I totally thought there was going to be more.
Yeah.
But I guess it aged well in that sense. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like surprising. Like,
woo!
That's a win.
Yeah, it's funny how like this movie, like the way it's most significantly aged is all regarding financial, like economic concerns.
Yeah.
Everything else has held up pretty decently. Like there wasn't anything really awful, and it wasn't even anything awful like financially. It's just like the most interesting part of what has changed since this movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consumerism, baby.
Oh, the only other thing that I like wanted to like just like bring up a discussion about was, I think like in our like kind of post Me Too era, the fact that it's like the main relationship is between like a boss and a like employee, like, and it's not really like that. It doesn't feel that uncomfortable, but it's like I just have never really thought about it before. And like when I was a kid, I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They met before,
Yeah.
right?
And they don't
So,
really
and I guess he like, and the first impression was him being nice to her, right? He wasn't rude. He gave her a $20 bill.
That's
She's
true.
like, I got money.
He's very respectful of her, like throughout.
And values her like opinion as a like, again, like you could kind of like in this similar way to Legally Blonde, like you could look at her and be like, oh, she's just like a ditzy, like, and she is ditzy at parts of the movie, I'm not gonna lie, but like, you know, she makes good points and she's a good writer and all that, and he really like, he wants her to speak from her own perspective and her point of view and really values that as much as he values any other perspective, and kind of gives her a platform to like shine, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's true. And yeah, like they don't kiss till the end, right? Like that's their first kiss that we see, isn't it?
Yeah.
They kiss when they're on their trip?
I don't think so.
No, because then
he goes with by
what's her face?
Yeah, by Alicia Bitch Longlegs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Billington.
They just have a sultry dance, and she smacks him in the face a bunch of times.
Her dancing there is that whole scene where she like does her own thing goes on for so long. Yes, funny. I loved it. She's just like,
that's another moment that almost felt like
you
could be like in a TV show. I don't know, like it just felt like didn't quite fit in the movie. Like I don't know, maybe because it went on too long. It was weird. I liked it. I'm just saying, like something about it felt like off. Like it was funny, but like maybe it was too long.
Like, it felt very like House Bunnies, kind of like that movie where like she did I'm gonna go over here by this manhole where it's like not needed, but it's like
yeah,
it's funny.
Her energy on all those dates in House Bunny is like so strange. It's this like weird nervous energy that like you're trying to look hot, but it's coming off so odd. It's very that's so true.
It's very real. I think it's a very real experience.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dance around with this man for a while. Like what?
Social anxiety.
Yeah, this is a movie about anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I need a therapist after this one.
That's one thing that didn't age well.
What?
It gave us anxiety.
Yeah, they gave us anxiety.
Yeah.
That didn't help us. Is it time for quickfire round?
I think it might be, baby.
My favorite time of day. Okay.
Best or most iconic outfit.
I think green scarf is not an outfit, but
green scarf. Yeah.
I really liked Alicia's. I liked all of her outfits. Her first outfit was very like, ooh, what an entrance. I think she was wearing like a fur-ish coat and like studded heels and like I don't know. I was just very like, I don't know. It was like there were so many outfits and they were all kind of like wild that I don't even know which one to pick.
I like the one where she was wearing like a fuchsia blouse, and then she was wearing like a jacket and then boots. It was like a tan boot or a brown boot.
Oh,
and it was one time when that song that you don't like was playing, and she was walking through, and she's just like, yeah,
yeah, and what?
Yeah,
I like that one.
I think my favorite is the outfit she's wearing during the dancing. I think I would wear that outfit.
Oh yeah,
and I really loved her shoes.
I don't remember that.
She has like a green kind of corset top and a black belt and a white skirt and really nice shoes.
Yeah, I like those shoes a lot. Yeah, well, we like the cocktail dress that she wears.
Yeah, I do really
little banquet. Yeah, that entrance like Alicia look is good.
Oh
yeah,
the vest from the flea market.
Oh my! I honestly was like,
yeah,
have a look. I liked it. I want to see her like it's styled. It's like, oh, Joan Cusack, she's got some taste.
I think it's pretty actually iconic when she wears like the fur.
Yeah,
she's got the pink. Like that's like the cover.
Like the cover photo.
Yeah, I think that outfit's probably the most like that, and the green scarf are like the most iconic to me.
Yeah. I have to say that outfit that you were talking about, Emma Jo, I just looked it up. The green when they're dancing, she's wearing this huge anchor necklace And I made a note that it was just so fucking ugly. No offense, but it's just so ugly. It was like
jewelry.
It's like the size of her face just sitting on her chest, and it's an anchor. And I'm like, is it because you're in Miami? You're by the water? Like, truly.
Okay, honestly, she's kind of in drag throughout this movie. Like, she's not dressed like just a gal going to work. Like, she's in an anchor necklace the size of her head.
Like, she's going to work.
She's going to work.
Going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready to work. WERK.
Yeah, that's very,
I do really like also when she shows up at the wedding in the bridesmaid's dress, obviously, which is its own kind of, I think it's kind of iconic. But I like the little like fur coat she's wearing, the little like shrug. It's like not Dalmatian, but like black spots, so like almost.
And
then the little pink veil. I like that they had the veils that match their dresses. That's very fun, I think.
I think all of those dresses together looked really great. Like once she got added to the mix of all the other bridesmaids, I was like, okay, I see the vision here, Suze.
I also like Kristen Ritter's like her wedding look. I loved the gloves. It was very classy.
It's not a fashion moment, but I really want to talk about Suze's apartment.
Very fun.
It's so fun. It's so colorful. There's like all these big lamps and like weird pottery.
And your parents pay for it.
Yeah. And like closet space. When all the clothes fall out, I don't know why. That's just so like
hits her in the fucking face. She's buried in it.
Her apartment is amazing. I love it. Like, it's so weird.
Oh.
It's very fun.
We should get more clothing racks. We should just fill them.
Yeah, we should. Every aspect of her apartment to me is just also like her character. I guess we'll get there in a second with best side character, which is the next thing. She's like just the quintessential quirky best friend character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think love the moment where she says, "Explain."
Yeah. In the stairwell, and she's like crying. Yeah.
I thought it was crazy. They're both like crying. She's like, "Are you still? You're not going to Shopaholics Anonymous anymore? What the fuck?" It just feels so dramatic, and for like what? I mean, to be fair, I think if I was in that situation and like my best friend sold her bridesmaid's dress for my wedding, like, and was not fixing this problem that's ruining her life, I'd be pretty pissed. But it just felt very like whoa.
I'd be so sad. Oh my god. Yeah. And she has been so supportive up to that point.
Yeah.
She was like,
paying her rent.
Good friend, paying her rent. Like,
she lied for her.
She did. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So let her live with her and her fiance. That's a big
for free, basically.
For free. And also tried to like help her so much. Bought her like this DVD thing and sent her to Shopaholics meetings. And then she sees her dress go by on some bitch.
Some bitch. And she bought the purple dress back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was her moment that she could have redeemed herself, and she sure fucking didn't.
No. It was sad. It was a sad moment.
Yeah. I really love Kristen Ritter. I think she's a very good actor and she's very fun. Yeah. She plays a very good, quintessential, quirky best friend side character.
Yeah. Would you say she's the best? Who's our best side character?
Yeah, who's everyone's fave?
I honestly really liked Alette Naylor. I think she's really nice. Like, she was like, you kind of expect her to be like Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep. What's her character's name? Miranda Priestley. But she's kind of like a lot nicer in a surprising way.
Yeah, I like her. I like when she's cutting the cake and she's like, "Tiny."
Yeah, that scene is one that I feel like I'll never forget. Like, when it came up again, I was like, oh yeah, this is so weird. Like, it's like 2 crumbs. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Her parents are like,
hi. Yeah, they're so funny.
I think I like Suze, honestly, because her part when she's trying on her wedding dress and she's like, "Mom, go get a cookie," or something like that.
Yeah.
And her mom's just like trying on the tiara, like,
oh, I know.
And I thought that part was so funny.
Yeah, me too. I love when she makes that noise. So weird.
Unsung hero of this movie.
Precious.
Right?
His mom.
She is. There's some great side characters. One that I think is funny is like, I just think this is such a strange role for Fred Armisen.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
It's like not like, it's kind of serious character.
Yeah, it's not that funny.
It's just, it feels, because like when you see Fred Armisen, like there's something about him, you just are like,
Everything's hilarious.
yeah, like something's just, you don't really take him seriously because of all his work, obviously, and just how he is. So seeing him in this role that was sort of in the middle, I was really confused by like some of the choices that were going on there. I don't know if that was like a directed thing, but part of it was like in a little bit more Fred Armisen sensibilities, and some of it was just like, this is a weird role for you.
Yeah, we had a lot of cameos. I mean, like, I really loved like Joan Cusack and John Goodman, like as her parents. I think were great. But like John Lithgow and Fred Armisen, like I liked seeing them, but like strange roles, and like they didn't have that much screen time, and it was just kind of like, oh, you're just here. Okay. I think Sue's is my favorite though.
I think me too. Yeah. What about you, Joe? Oh, you said a lot, right?
What about the best guy?
Well,
I think it's pretty.
I guess.
Yes.
Luke Brandon.
Oh, wow.
Did Suze call him Fluke? Was
definitely.
Yeah.
The dad.
The dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, John Goodman.
Oh boy.
It's in his name.
John Goodman and his RV pulling up to take on a hot vacation in Miami.
The dad's name is Graham.
Oh yeah.
That's my stepdad's name.
Yeah, definitely Luke. He's kind of like if I pictured my husband, that's kind of what I would have. He's just really nice.
That's great about it.
Rich, but not too showy, knows about fashion, good with money, like we said, very important.
He also is like surprising. Like he's like the things like he, I don't know, like he has so many reveals about himself, like that he has a rich mother and he knows all these things. And I don't know, I feel like he just like, I'll say things and I'm like, oh, like when he's like, she's not you.
Oh my God.
Like, he's just like bold. Yeah. He's so much more bold than I expected.
He's bold.
A character.
I like that he seems to like really trust her throughout the whole movie and like put a lot of faith in her, which like I think is so important because I mean, obviously you want your partner to like believe in you and like, I don't know. I think in a lot of these movies that is not always the case. Like it's what we see with, okay, again, harkening back to Legally Blonde. It's what we see with Emmett, I think, is that like he really believes in her and has faith in her even when other people don't. And I kind of see that with Fluke in this movie.
Yeah.
Who's the worst guy?
Oh, it's not even a question.
The hot dog stand guy.
The hot dogs.
97
You're going to buy 97 hot dogs? I'm like, yeah, I fucking love a hot dog.
Judgmental a little bit.
Yeah, are you body shaming?
Hot dog, man. Come on.
Yeah, I want to eat 97 hot dogs. And what about it?
What?
Okay, but Derek, he's
just doing his job.
He's just doing his job.
That's true.
I mean, maybe we could say the job of a debt collector, like, maybe that's a bad job.
It's not
a hard job.
Yeah, it would be a hard job. Tracking her down would be a nightmare. I'd be pissed.
I'd quit.
I would not want to do that job. But yeah.
Why didn't she just block his number?
I don't know.
Maybe that wasn't a thing back then.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have a cell phone in 2009. I can't say.
When did blocking become a thing? I had one too, but was I blocking? I don't know if I
was blocking at that time.
I don't know.
I didn't have anyone to block.
I think I might have been.
Yeah.
I got my first cell phone when I was 11.
Do you remember what kind of phone it was?
So I had Samsung, I think. I'm not sure what it looked like, but it was just like it had a little antenna.
Was it a flip phone?
Yeah. It was a flip phone, and it also came in pink, but I had the black one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had an LG Rumor. It was orange, and it had the QWERTY keyboard that you slid it up.
Those were great.
Very
I had one of those too.
Oh, yes.
Cool note about those phones is I threw one once at a car windshield and it didn't break. So
indestructible.
Another secret's coming out.
It definitely cracked the windshield.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Why?
It was like, because like, so my dad would drive to work on the highway. So if like a rock hit it, I'm assuming that's why it cracked, because it already had a collision in point or contact point. Yeah.
Oh
but I just helped the process, I guess. I just didn't tell him.
So Derek, yeah, is he the worst guy? I guess.
Like, there's not really any other.
Well, Fred Armisen's character is kind of like he does not believe that Bex has anything to offer. He kind of doubts her the whole time. He's always like, which feels very misogynistic. I think is kind of maybe rooted in that. He's like, this bitch, she's this ditzy girl who doesn't know anything about money, and like nobody should trust her, and she keeps running her mouth, and he keeps like apologizing for her, and then people are like, no, but we love her, and he's like, what? So that's not good either.
Yeah. He said a woman in the workplace not wearing like shoulder pads and a suit can't have anything to offer. That was kind of the vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah, which was very like, office politics at the time.
Very true.
Coming out of like Hillary Clinton feminism 90s era-ness of like you have to be really stern. This and like Legally Blonde and stuff are a good jumping off point into being like, why can't you be a little fun?
Yeah, wear some pink.
Yeah, you can be like feminine and smart.
Shocking news.
Yeah. He's not great. Him and like Derek Smeath is just doing his job, but he just makes me feel icky and scared.
Yes, agree. He's
for me, just on a cerebral level, or like a nervous system level is the worst guy because he makes me so nervous.
Yeah. Bad anxiety, mama.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite scene or moment?
There's so many crazy ones. I mean, wild ones.
I honestly think the dance is really fun.
Yeah.
It goes on for so long, but it's the most memorable to me for some reason.
It's a good one.
Like everything is really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I do actually really like the opening sequence when she's a little kid and her mom, and you like all these sparkly pretty shoes, and you pan over to the ugly like brown leather ones, and you're like, oh. Yeah.
I kind of like when she's in the interview and she's just like, I'm fluent in Finnish, and he's like, Finnish? Why Finnish? And she's like, oh my god, what is that? Oh, it's a naked man. They obviously beheaded him. Like,
why would they do that?
I think that's really funny.
It was really funny.
I like that too. That's really funny. Yeah, I like and the opening scene too. I agree, and I also love that one. I just love it's almost like a getting ready scene, which really is my bread and butter.
Truly,
when she goes to the stores. Anytime she's in a store, I just love. They just look so decadent to me.
I also like the scene in Miami where she's like somehow pulling off making all these people really like her, even though she's like lying through her teeth the whole time.
Yeah, I love when the Finnish guys are like, we like her.
I like that too.
We Scandinavians like her.
Yeah. And I like that. I like the Shopaholics anonymous scenes too. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, I agree. Miss Ma'am of the film, I mean, Alicia Bitch Longlegs, as she is once referred to. She's
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would also like to say that Miss Corch, which is the Shopaholics anonymous replacement is
underrated,
right?
She is. I love her actually. That gray bob.
Yes, and her little is she wearing a beret? Like
times
she comes in like a
fabulous.
Mime. Yeah,
very fun.
Yeah, I love her.
She made me mad though. So mad.
Oh,
she just took all her stuff. It's like, if that happened to me and I needed it for something, like,
yeah, that was upsetting.
Hellfire.
Yeah, that caused a lot of problems for sure. I was like, just give it back to her this once. These are important. Then let her go.
That wasn't just shopping.
Yeah.
I probably didn't like her more than Alicia Bitch Longlegs, honestly.
Because of
because like her, I was like, she was just jealous, and I was just like, that's boring. The other one, she was just spiteful. She was like, I'm going to take your stuff and sell it. I'm going to give it to charity.
I know, it was sad. It was like painful. But I also kind of like Stan because she looks really fabulous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one bitch that won't sell or that won't give them back also kind of a bitch in the thrift store.
You know.
Well, I refuse to go to thrift stores.
Una hater of thrift stores. No.
What can you say?
Official brand.
Should we go into the rom-com?
Sure should.
Yes, definitely.
Sort of features of this film.
This is like meet cute is very extended, kind of.
What? It's a meat cute. They're at a hot dog stand. It is meat. It is a meat.
Oh,
yeah.
M-E-A-T cute.
M-E-A-T. It's a meat cute.
Wow. It is.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Can't believe it.
I was kind of upset I never got to see anybody eat a hot dog. I really like hot dogs.
I love to have a hot dog.
I would like kill for a veggie dog right now.
You had hot dogs last night?
Yeah.
Jealous.
So good.
They're so good. I love hot dogs.
Nachos.
Oh my god. I'm hungry.
It's so good.
Yum. Yeah, it's a good meat cute. I like it anyway. Yeah. It's a little like I don't know if it's that cute, but
yeah, it's a meat.
It's a meat.
Kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Not that believable. I mean, I wouldn't give some bitch $20 for a scarf personally, but I mean, maybe that's why it makes him special.
Yeah.
But he's so rich.
Yeah.
True.
I guess it doesn't mean anything to him.
Successful savings, money and worth.
True.
Successfully.
Wealthy mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, socialite mother. Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Do we think he's hot? I think so.
I do.
And that sucks, baby.
Oh, baby. I love a Brit too. A British man, just.
Yeah, I enjoy him. I think he's really attractive.
Yeah. He's kind of got the like tousled, like brown hair, very like disheveled almost, but still put together. Not disheveled, but like, you know, he's not trying that hard to be put together, but he is still put together. And I like that about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, he's working long days.
Oh yeah, but he still looks good doing it, you know?
Yeah. If he's out there and he's listening to this podcast, I'm free. I'm available. If you'd like to go on a date, let me know. I'm here. You can find me.
He's married to Claire Danes.
Yeah, but if he's ever not,
okay, but that's kind of a fun fact.
I would Hugh Dancy with him.
Hey, with the fan.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Conflict. Is this conflict realistic?
Honestly, kind of it makes sense that if she had a problem like that she would
hide it
off so long, and
you
know. But it's like, I don't know anyone that lies that much, but I know that there's people out there in the world that lie like that.
Yeah.
So I guess
it's a little unrealistic.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've been keeping from you.
I live with the biggest liar in Canada.
You don't know what's going on. Yeah. No, it is. It's realistic that she would it's realistic in the sense that like lies can be so trapping that you really fall into a spiral of it getting worse and worse and worse. It's like yes and no. Like there are some simple solutions, but there are solutions that would get her fired potentially. Yeah. Like if she's like, oh, it's a debt collector, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe we work for position. There's a risk there to be taken by, not saying he's her stalker.
Yeah. I think the fact that she gets hired at this money magazine is maybe not believable. And like, that's kind of the root of some of these, this conflict.
That's true.
I mean, hey, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I would be upset if I found out that this person that I'm supposed to trust was lying to me this whole time. So, that's fair. I think he has a reason to be upset.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree.
Well, now we know that if we don't get a job or we don't do well at an interview, don't get drunk and send a letter.
I was thinking
both of the places.
Yeah. I was thinking how like the modern version would be like, I mean, I guess she could have done it then too, but like sending an email, like it maybe would be less likely to happen because like you could see who like the recipient.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, she was drunk, so.
Yeah. It's funny that they
on the alcohol.
Even though they have computers.
It is funny.
Also very Legally Blondish. She puts them in little pink envelopes and sends them.
Worse if it's an email though, because you couldn't get it back.
True. I was surprised that she did. I kind of forgot. I thought it was going to ruin everything for her.
Yeah. At least with the letter, you can go like snatch that back potentially.
You can hide in a clothing rack and
And then Hyde just
back and forth
night on the floor.
Yeah. So, should we talk about who we think we all are?
Yeah.
It's that time.
Oh my gosh.
Who do you identify with? Eva, would you like to kick us off if you have one?
I definitely resonate with Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a little bit ditzy, you know, just living life to the fullest, and she's going to deal with the consequences as they come. Yeah, but she's learning, and that's the key.
Could you see yourself getting into a situation like this?
Probably a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. Yeah, totally. Maybe. Like in high school.
In high school?
Yeah, like coming out of high school, probably. Yeah.
Were you spending a lot of money?
I mean, I definitely got a credit card and then, you know, maxed that out.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm also not somebody that went to a full extent of like having multiple credit cards.
Yeah.
Because I think I learned from this movie, maybe, right? Who knows?
Thanks, Bex. She taught us a lesson.
Yeah. Because, I've only had one credit card, and then, it was at 1,000 limit, and then I increased it for going to DragCon for a trip, which was kind of a random trip that I wanted to do, but it was a great experience, and I don't regret it. So
that's great. Well, there you go. Sometimes it pays off.
Yeah.
You get a good experience. Yeah. Okay, so you're Rebecca. Who else? Emma Jo, Una?
I think I'm like Rebecca only in the way that I work in finance and I'm not supposed to be.
That's and true. A redhead working in finance.
Working in finance, and I would definitely Google takes on whatever the fuck she's.
You know what was it like? AARPs?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, perfect.
Angles.
I am a fraud, but I'm working on it. I'm taking the classes. But I think I honestly think I'm kind of like maybe a bit like Luke. Am I totally off?
Aww.
You're Luke?
Aww. Nice, supportive, and smart, and he's funny. He's got some funny moments.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm Alicia. I think here's one of the main reasons. She saw him and was like, that's the man I want. I'm going to go get him. And she really tried her best. And I could tell she had a plan, and that is what I do. And she's tall and blonde.
If there's anything
I rest my case
has done, is reveal Una's plotting.
You are a man that I've ever been with. Just know I plotted that. I planned it.
There have been no accidents. There have been only plots and schemes
that everybody I know has been involved
with.
It. Yeah, absolutely.
You know what you want, and you assemble a team to help you achieve it.
Absolutely. And then I yell at them when they don't help me enough. Kelly, you are not doing enough. Everybody's working hard to get me laid, and you are not doing enough.
This is a true story, by the way. She yelled at me in the middle of a party and said, "You're not working hard enough. Look at everyone else."
I was working.
Were you not?
I wasn't.
She was not.
I was having fun.
She was having fun at a party. Fair enough.
I am
bad friend.
Like no tomorrow.
Fake friend.
I worked a little. I left.
That was work. And then I actually same party. I yelled at my other roommate at the time because Kelly and I were living together at the time, and I said, "Go home." She was running the plan.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine.
It worked. It worked.
Sure did.
I don't know who I am. This is the first one where I
Who are you?
Who are you?
Let's get into that. This is probably the first one where I'm not sure.
I think you've got a bit of Rebecca in you. In the sense of loving fashion and the glamour of it all. And
okay.
Yeah. And maybe people, I'm just assuming here.
Oh.
Maybe people what's it called? they don't like you. No. Like maybe
Wow.
we're ending friendships today.
Kelly.
No. Like doubting you or like not giving you enough credit based on like your appearance.
A really nice thing now.
That's what I meant to say the whole time. I just couldn't put it into words. And then being like, oh, she's a smart bitch.
Because I'm so hot and fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You and your breast reduction.
Super hot and fun.
I think you're also like,
what about your hernia?
oh my God.
I have a second one.
Oh.
It's back.
What?
Well,
actually?
I think so. Yeah, no, I know so pretty much.
Oh, no.
So that's my announcement.
Hernia queen.
We're working out. Hell goes, the Hern is here.
Yeah, going, oh, gotta stop.
But yeah, maybe you're a little bit like Bex in that way.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have some
I even think Sue's too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Sue's.
Like the night where they write letters drunk, like I think many nights like
true,
that.
Yeah.
You would do that. You're very like ride or die.
Like, let's get you out of this funk. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You would be like, I'm bringing the tequila. We're going to pay your fucking bills. Let's go.
That's true. But I also am not that much of a problem solver where I probably wouldn't really pay the bills. I'd be like, let's just get drunk. Like,
yeah, fair enough. That's why you're halfway there.
Yeah.
I'm halfway. I'm a little bit of a Suze, but not as problem solving.
That's okay.
Thank you. I'll take it. Was this actually a good movie? Yes, but we have some differing opinions on this episode, which is kind of fun.
I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's a fun movie, and I think like I enjoyed like the experience, but I don't know if it's like good. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like this question, every episode we do it, I'm like, it's harder and harder to answer this question because it's like it's subjective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it deserves 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's better than Rotten Tomatoes.
Sure.
Me too.
But I agree. Like I think there's like similar fashion movies that I hold higher than this one, but I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. It's like good, but not that good, I guess. Like I love it, but it
has to be your taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
What do we think the overall lesson of this movie is? I think there's like kind of a couple of avenues.
The cost and
don't
worth
have
thing.
credit cards.
Oh, that too.
Don't get credit cards.
Oh my God.
Don't have 12 credit cards, maybe.
Yeah.
That like consumerism, it feels good, but then it doesn't pretty quickly.
Things that feel good for a second are maybe not the best thing for you ultimately.
Oh,
she said in the a quote from the movie was, she said, they said I was a valued customer and now they send me hate mail.
I think
yeah.
The drama.
Very that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, men won't love you like a store will.
So true.
For the same reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think also like she like has such hot takes about this thing she's so bad at. Like maybe that's why, but like like you can understand a concept or like you can give advice without taking it yourself, almost like sort of what she does.
Yeah,
it's not like a lesson, but it's like I don't know, maybe not everybody who's giving you advice like lives it themselves. Like I don't know like what I'm trying to say with this, but like it's just interesting how like she becomes so famous for this thing and she's kind of a fraud because I don't know.
Yeah. And there's so many people like that in the world, like self-help people or like mentors and like speakers that are like complete frauds and they have like whole businesses out of that.
That's so true.
This brings me back to Legally Blonde again with Brooke Wyndham, who's like, that lipo, I'm a fraud. Like I am selling this thing, which is, Brooke's butt buster, whatever the fuck it was, And then she's like, but I'm a fraud and I got lipo. Like, so, you know, like what you see isn't always what you get, I guess, is like also part of that.
You never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
Don't take things at face value.
Yeah.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
Dig deeper.
Keep adding on, baby. Pile it on.
Back again. Cite your sources.
Look at your credit card bill and pay it.
Oh my God, yeah. I need to do that actually.
It's actually really funny. I was serving a couple of girls. I'm a server. I'm serving a couple of girls the other day, and I can't remember why we were talking about credit card bills or credit cards. And we're like, yeah, sometimes you just have to get drunk to pay your credit card bill. Like you just need to like ease the pain of it all. Just have a couple shots before you do it. Because it's hard to do sober. And I'm like, hey, that happens in this movie.
Yeah, literally taking shots off people.
Yeah.
All right, so every episode we give the movie a out of 5 rating, but not stars. It's like whatever iconic thing from the movie. So what out of 5 blanks would everybody give this movie?
I'm gonna give this movie 4 out of 5. 3.95 out of 5 credit cards in blocks of ice.
Oh, nice.
That's good. I like that.
I will give it, I think I'm gonna say a 4 out of 5 green scarves.
Really good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was mine. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
I'll do one while you think.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna say 3 out of 5 self-recorded ringtones.
Aw.
Really good.
I think I'm gonna give it a 2.75 ugly brown leather shoes out of 5. I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it, but
Stop. No, you know, what's your favorite?
It's not my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay.
They're not all.
No,
I actually really, really love that we kind of run the gambit on this one.
Yeah, me too.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Good discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. I'm so this has been so fun to have you, and thank you for sharing this movie that is important to you with us. Sorry that Una was such a bitch about us. Just kidding.
What can I say? I'm always the bitch character. I'm always the villain.
No,
she's not
good.
And it's Cancer season, and she's a Cancer, and we should celebrate that. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, but for real, thanks so much for being here and doing this with us.
Thank you for having me. This is my first ever podcast, so you're having my cherry.
Oh my gosh, it's been an honor.
So shy.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for people to refer back to this when your memoir's out and they can.
Oh, yes.
My memoir.
Do you have any final closing statements before you leave us?
I'm not sure.
Any last words?
I'm not sure. Thank you.
Perfect. You've been great. Thank you for being our first guest.
Everyone follow Eva on socials.
Yes, we'll tag. We'll
Sorry, I'm just a shy girl.
Aww.
Ingenue. Yeah.
Humble queen
shit. Check her out. She's a really amazing performer.
Yes.
Great makeup artist. Gonna stone a dress soon. So just everyone
look out for that.
Don't tell RuPaul.
Also, real quick, next episode.
I was just gonna do that.
Well, what is it, Una?
Well, we have a very exciting announcement. As Kelly just mentioned, it's Cancer season, and I'm a Cancer, which means my birthday's coming up. Oh, and we're gonna honor me. And you know how we're gonna do that?
How?
Mamma Mia extravaganza.
No!
2 movies, 1 weekend. Be there or fuck off. That's what I have to say about that.
You bitches better do your homework and watch 1 and 2. Here we go again, baby.
I'm so excited. I simply can't wait.
Cannot wait.
Excited.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
In the
look forward to that.
Yeah.
Follow us at ughasifpodcast on every platform there is that exists, except for Facebook, because
Facebook uses Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
We love ya.
Bye.
Don't make any impulsive purchases.